I'm Guy Erwin, and I serve as president of United Lutheran Seminary in Philadelphia and Gettysburg. I used to serve as a synod bishop in the ELCA and was a colleague of Bishop Craig Satterlee, whose new book on preaching, My Burden is Light, Making Room for Jesus in Preaching, I have been anticipating ever since he told me he was beginning to write it. It's now appeared, and although I had an advance copy that I was privileged to read before the rest of you, I want to tell you a little bit about how important it has been to me and how important I think it will be in our church. I found this book really, really useful because it's both profound and practical at the same time. It articulates many of the thoughts that I've had about the preaching I hear, and I hear a lot of it, and even the preaching I do. I think we all suffer from the same challenges that Bishop Craig describes, keeping Jesus at the center of our preaching, and in a sense, remembering that Jesus is in the pulpit, in the room with us when one preaches, not only in the words, but also in the hearts of our listeners. I suspect that this book could really only have been written by a Lutheran, drawing as it does so deeply on Luther's profound insight that proclaiming the gospel in preaching is actually a quasi-sacramental act in which the Holy Spirit, acting both in the speaker and in the listener, and together with the whole of our worship and the whole community, mediates God's love and grace in a unique and powerful way. Really, the stakes could not be higher for us all than the effectiveness of our preaching. But at the same time, there is a breadth of understanding and compassion in this book that helps us see that all of us who are engaged in this holy task of proclamation, even when we stumble in our words or thoughts, we're not alone. We preach not just by or for ourselves, but with the Spirit in the church. And the holiness of preaching is not just for one part of the church, not just for one moment in the pulpit, but for the whole of the church in every time and place. I know that I will return to this book again and again. It has literally preached to me. And those who know him like I do can hear Bishop Satterlee's distinctive voice on every page. It's also, in a sense, I think, kind of a love letter of a preacher to that he cares for most, the message of God's love shown in Jesus that is entrusted to every preacher to share with the world. I hope you will love this book as much as I do, and I expect you will. The blessings it offers will be strong among us in the church.